Hey there guys, it's Salis, and today I have the pleasure of announcing to the YouTuberverse, Naruto Shippuden Ultimate Ninja Storm 4. I'm bad at this. First, let me preface this with the statement that I am a massive Naruto fan, and I have played all the Ninja Storm games, including the PSP/Vita one, and the disappointing ones on the PS3 and PC. So please be aware that while I try my best to stay impartial and objective, I am a fan of the series, and with that out of the way, here we go. This game looks amazing. Much like the previous games in the series, key locations from the anime are excellently recreated, and in line with the anime, all character models are rendered in 2D, but there are 3D environments to run around and fight in, so it's kind of a 2.5D affair throughout. And also in keeping with the design of the show on which this is based, all the colours are bright and vibrant, and the characters can be easily distinguished from whatever is going on, even if both sides are charging up their chakra. The characters stay well visible so players can experience the joys of seeing their favourite characters in action. And the world these characters inhabit is also very well portrayed. Not just the environments, which do look beautiful with some excellent attention to detail, which probably won't mean anything to the uninitiated, but would have a hell of a lot of bearing on fans. But also the unique skills of the ninja, which are beautifully animated and designed, one of my personal favourites being Yugito's Cat Fireball ability, which is always stunning to behold. But with so many different jutsu to put on show, they have done an amazing job of presenting all of them, from fireballs to thunderstorms and everything in between. These abilities look mind-blowing, and sometimes there's nothing better than finishing a fight with a really amazing explosion. But it's not all big booms and bashing fists that make up the soundscape of the world of Naruto. Voice acting plays a strong role, and just as in previous Ninja Storm games, the original cast of the anime was brought on to voice all the characters in the game, and both the Japanese cast and the English voice cast pull out their A-game as usual. And I'll say this here and now, while the Japanese cast was more in line with how the original author envisioned the characters sounding, the English cast do an amazing job of representing the characters they portray. And the music is also largely borrowed from the anime, and so fans of the show will recognise these tracks, and the returning battle selection music and bits and bobs from other games. But some new tracks have been added for key moments, and the new intro cinematic, which is epic by the way, and all of them really help to build atmosphere and emotion throughout the story. Now, normally I would give a spoiler alert here, but I'm not going to for two reasons. A, if you've never seen the show, it will make no sense to anyone, and B, the story is so epic I'll try to be as vague as possible here so you have to experience it for yourself. But I will say that it does tie up a lot of loose ends, but not all of them. I suppose there are certain things they couldn't work into gameplay for a fighting game, but let's just say this. It's the final game in the Storm series, and as such has to bring an epic saga to its conclusion. But due to my eyes being let down to me, I have not yet caught up with the subtitled anime, so I can't say if the ending is canon or not. The one letdown for the story, however, is not a fault of the anime, but of the game series itself. Ninja Storm 3 had to include a non-canon ending because the anime wasn't so as far along as the game story, which means that Ninja Storm 4 had to backtrack a little bit and overrule the previous game. I'm not counting Revolution because it was a bit of a letdown. But the oddest bit of the story is presented a bit differently to how players are used to it. The gameplay itself is split in two. There's a story mode, which is just a sequence of anime clips and battles, on one hand, and the adventure mode players have become so used to on the other, but it seems to have been scaled down a lot. Gone is the open world, now you have to teleport between locations instead of having the entire world and roads between them. No doubt this is to accommodate the separate story mode, and this adventure mode takes place after the story. So instead of playing the story and having the open world to explore and do side objectives in as you please, the adventure mode has been made into one big side mission. I wouldn't suggest playing this until at least after the story because of some of the new features, for example urgent requests. These are new in adventure mode. Characters will drop in on you at random and ask for favours, stuff like a random spar with iconic characters, or asking for stuff. Choji always wants food, of course. But most of the items they want, apart from the food, are the new ninja treasures, which are gathered either randomly in things in adventure mode like smashing boxes and crates and stuff, or of course the much faster method of gaining these are the new objectives in battle. At the start of a battle, a list of missions will be given, like perform a certain amount of throws, substitutions, or jutsu, which earn these treasures as bonus rewards. And it's in these battles that the bulk of the gameplay takes place. And normally I'm not good at fighting games at all, but CyberConnect 2 have created a really good fighting system. Instead of remembering a list of complex twitches and button presses, the main attack is on a single button, and is modified only by the left stick position or chakra load. And this has been a staple of the Ninja Storm series for as long as I can remember, but some changes to the battle system have been added, and really flesh out this in Ninja Storm 4. For example, wall running is back, so arenas with walls can now be used with some verticality, especially when fighting with a character with a ranged jutsu, or just with kunai. But you can just as easily throw players back to the ground if that's not your thing. And one thing I am glad to see is they learned from Revolution is the linked ultimate jutsu, which is now known as Secret Technique. It's nice to be able to pull off different finishers than usual when you have the team for it. So you can still pull off the legendary Inoshika Cho formation, or the family Rasengan, but the biggest change to the battle system is the leader switch system. Unlike previous games in the series where you only chose your character and your support, now you can choose a team of up to 3, and if the mood takes you, of course, or just to change up the combo, you can switch position with one of your support characters and play as them, and that way you can battle as another teammate. This dynamic switching extends the battle system into a whole new direction for the series. And the controls are, as ever, very responsive and highly accurate. I will admit, despite owning this on a PC and PS4, I do use a gamepad because this has always served me well for these games, and that's just due to the nature of the games, largely a 2D characters and 3D environments. I don't think anything other than a gamepad should be used because players need the accuracy of analog controls rather than a keyboard. The game itself is locked at 30 frames per second, which I'll admit is a bit lower than I would have liked, but a lower frame rate benefits these games, I think, because it makes frame counting easier in a fight, and it prevents too much of a disconnect between the anime cutscenes and the gameplay animations. And what can I say about replay value? This has so much replay value in it, it's untrue. Aside from replaying the battles in both story and adventure mode to get better scores, better rankings, or to complete the extra objectives, there's also side content and collections in adventure mode for players who will enjoy it, as well as free battles where you can play local multiplayer with your friends, or just for training purposes, for the vast amount of online functionality. As ever, there is a vast online community who enjoy a good online fight with a ranked and friendly option for battle, so you can easily get your Naruto fix whenever you need one. So, to conclude this, I have only one thing to say. This is painfully fun to play, and it deserves your attention. It looks perfect with some amazing gameplay and fantastic changes to improve an otherwise great series. So, despite the cut-down adventure mode, which is this game's only letdown for me, I can safely say Naruto Shippuden Ultimate Ninja Storm 4 has easily earned a Tepid Tea Gaming 10 out of 10. So, thanks for watching this review, and as always, I've been Salis. I'm off to go and train some more, and I will see you next time.